Hello ladies and gentlemen, Nick here, and welcome to this reaction for Doctor Who Series 12, Episode 1, Spyfall, Part 1, which this story, Spyfall, which is 2 episodes, this is the second two-parter of the new series to be given the Part 1, Part 2 treatment that classic series stories got, like, from the Savages onwards for the classic series. They were multi-part stories, they all were, apart from Mission to the Unknown and the Five Doctors. So they were given the first 25 stories, An Unearthly Child to the Gunfighters, had individual titles for each episode, and they were given the overall titles later on for the whole series. And then from the Savages onwards, they were, e.g., the Savages episode or part 1, sometimes words, sometimes numbers. Sometimes they just have the number or the words on their own, like with, I think it was either the Ice Warriors or the Seas of Death. I think it was the Ice Warriors. One of the two Patrick Troughton Ice Warrior stories, or both of them maybe. No, I think it was the Ice Warriors. But say part or episode, insert the number here, usually in the word version, but sometimes the number one. So, e.g., The Savages was 4 parts. So the first one was The Savages Part 1. The last episode was Survival Part 3. So that was Survival Part 3. So it's a bit like that. When the new series came back, they were all individual titles, just like how it used to be, with 2 parters included like that, individual titles. But with the End of Time in 2009 to 2010, it was The End of Time Part 1, The End of Time Part 2, and now we're getting it again with Spyfall. So this is the second time the new series has done the Part 1, Part 2 treatment. Will they do the same with the series finale this year? Who knows? Okay, so the plot, basically, I'll just do a quick bit of the plot. The plot sees agents from across the world from different spy organizations killed by mysterious creatures, and the soul and life has been sucked out of them, just leaving a shell. So MI6 has been authorized to request the Doctor and her friends to help in investigating the alien activities. As no other organisation is around at the moment, and also it seems that spies in particular are being targeted. They have a lead that this particular person, I think it's Daniel Barton, played by Lenny Henry, is sort of in league with them, perhaps. So the Doctor sends Ryan and Yasmin to investigate, while she and Graham pay a visit to an old friend, we've got C, played by Stephen Fry, and we've got O, played by Sacha Darwin, who's not included in most of the promotion, and he's not listed in the Radio Times listings. There's a very good reason for that. I'm not going to spoil it here. So the team split up and tried to investigate what's going on, and we got some good twists and turns. For starters, I think the aliens are interdimensional beings, perhaps, and they sent spies across planet Earth for some reason. To be honest, I don't actually know what their plan is. Maybe they'll be revealed in episode 2. And I'm not sure what Lenny Henry, Daniel Barton's the character Daniel Barton, has with these characters. Again, I think this is going to be paid off in episode 2. Right, I'm not going to spoil too much about the episode, but there is quite a bit of stuff going on. I'm not quite sure exactly completely. Maybe I will by the time. I'm going to rewatch the episode for the review. I'm doing these reactions for episodes 1 and 2 and also episodes 9 and 10 because I'm doing reviews for the stories overall. So 1 and 2 together, 9 and 10 together. I think those are the only 2 confirmed two-parters of Series 12 at the moment. So we'll see. We might see more two-parters in the series, possibly. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Probably not, but if there's reactions to each of the episodes for the two-parters, followed by their reviews. However, with the single-parters, it's going to be straight to the reviews after the second viewing, unless you guys want first viewing reactions within a day or 2 of first viewing. If you want that, then leave a comment below if that's what if you want a reaction, and then following the first viewing, and then a review following second or third viewing for episodes 3 to 8, if there are no two-parters in between episodes 2 and 9. But I'm certainly doing the reactions for episodes 1, 2, 9, and 10. Leave a comment down below if you want 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 as well. But anyway, so yeah, without spoiling too much of the story, I think this is a good episode. I'm like I said, I'm going to rewatch it. Probably like it more on a rewatch, probably. Didn't quite understand some stuff, but then again, also had family talking over it at points. In places where there was sort of some exposition, so I was trying to listen out to that. Had to pause it at one point because we were putting crackers, so I had to pause it to do mine because them just reading out the jokes or questions. I was talking over the episodes, trying to listen to Stephen Fry. Okay, but I'm sure I'll probably understand it more on a rewatch. But yeah, it's some pretty cool stuff. Some really great story. I think the 13th Doctor. I think Jodie Whittaker has hit her stride as the 13th Doctor. I think she's got it now. I think she was good in series 11, but I think by now she's got it. She is the Doctor, definitely 100%, no questions. As the 6th Doctor would say, whether you like it or not. But yeah, I think she's got it, and I think she's only going to get better, hopefully. Similarly, I think Ryan, Graham, and Yasmin also written great and performed great. I think Yasmin was seeing hints of what they're saying about her getting more stuff to do. I think we're getting hints to that. It's starting up. It's slow start, but it's starting up. More of her police work is probably going to come up later, hopefully, and we got a hint of that. And she gets to be taken to this place midway through the episode. And it kind of affects her. The place the Doctor goes to at the end. I won't spoil. I don't actually know where it is, to be honest. I don't actually know. The Doctor seems to know where it is. But anyway, if we find out where it is in episode 2, I won't spoil it in the reaction. I'll tell you in the review. If I can find out, or if not, reveal in episode 2. Maybe I can check it out on Wikipedia or Doctor Who Wiki. It's just anyway, who's got an answer if they've got one. But yeah, I think it's shaken Jasmine up a little bit, so we might see a bit more of the character progression later on. I think it's a start to what we got. Ryan's also got some good stuff. I think it plays well into his character, and Graham he's Graham. He's great. With Bradley Walsh continuing to be the star performance of the story until the final twist at the end, which I will not be revealing in this reaction because it's so fucking awesome. It's a fantastic twist. So I won't be revealing it here. In the review, I will talk about it, but that's once both episodes have aired. So yeah, but definitely at least watch the last 5 minutes just for that twist alone. If you are a fan of the show pre-2018, just go and watch the last 5 minutes. It'll be amazing. Maybe it'll convince you to watch the rest of the episode. As for supporting cast, one of the supporting actors gets small piece of stuff to do, but I think they're ultimately wasted. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to say I think they were a little wasted or they were a bit wasted. No, I'm just going to go flat out. I'm going to say they were wasted. I mean, they got some good moments, a couple of good scenes, but ultimately they were wasted. I don't know if the character was specifically written for the actor in talking about, but they were wasted, in my opinion, because it feels like you got this great actor, big name actor, great actor as well, and you kill him. It's a he. You kill him off after what, 5-10 minutes of him on screen? Okay, maybe 10 minutes wouldn't have been too bad, but there really isn't that much with the guy to warrant a early death. I think the guy should at least have died. Maybe just after that twist, he dies for the Doctor or companions, or maybe he goes on into episode 2. I know they pick up another guy in this episode, sort of serves as a 5th main character for the second half of the story, but I think the other guy could have had at least a bit more involvement, for the first half of the episode. He just feels they need to get rid of him for some reason. That being said, Daniel Barton, played by Lenny Henry, so it's not Lenny Henry who's wasted. Thank God, no. No, he's great. Lenny Henry is great as Daniel Barton. He's a great villain and does a really good job. Looking forward to seeing him in episode 2, because he will be in episode 2. It's not in the Radio Times billings, but from the next time trailer, he will be in episode 2. So I'm looking forward to that. Also, we've got Stephen Fry as C. He's great. And Sacha Dawn, I think I've already talked about him, but he's great in his scenes as well as O. He technically becomes the 5th main character of the episode alongside the Doctor and companions. But yeah, I won't spoil too much about that character, because that character, he's shadowed in secrets for a reason, even more so because of what happens later on. which I shall not reveal. As for the aliens, I think they're okay. Like I said, I'm not really sure what they're about yet. They're just putting spies on Earth for some reason, and they're killing spies for some reason. And I don't know why, but they decided to attack this guy driving the Doctor and company, and then tried to attack them and tried to kill them in the car. I don't know what that was about. Again, maybe episode 2 will reveal it. If it doesn't, then I've got questions, and I will be raising them in the review. Questions I think should have been answered. That being said, I did like the action scene. I just want to know why these creatures tried to kill the Doctor and company there. I want to know a bit more about them. I want to know what's going on, what's their deal. Hopefully episode 2 is going to reveal that, hoping that will be the case. Otherwise, I don't know why they wouldn't in episode 2. If they're not going to do it in episode 1, why wouldn't they not do it in episode 2? Unless it's going to be something that's going to be a series arc, perhaps. But I think that's going to be something else. And speaking of which, the action is pretty cool in this scene. We've got some. I think the motorcycle chase wasn't as exciting as I thought it was going to be, but it's still really well done, really well shot, and I like all the spy stuff. I really like this kind of jazz James Bond-esque theme that plays at points towards at the start of the third act. That works really well when the Doctor and company are going to the big house for the party, and they're dressed up like spies in tuxes. Works really well, and also they play it. I think in the action scene I was just talking about with the car and bike chase. I think it's a nice jazz take on the Bond theme, but without being too Bondy. That's pretty cool. Someone make a video edit with that theme when it's been released, with footage of the third Doctor in action. Someone do a fan video of that. I would watch it. Any time the Doctor was doing James Bond-esque stunt, heck, you could have the 10th Doctor in his tux a couple of times. Okay, that's something for you fans to go and play with. Okay, so on the whole, I think Spyfall Part 1, yes, they stole the title from James Bond. Yeah, well, Skyfall was an outstanding film. You can check out my review on the Retro channel about that. So, and this was a good episode. This was a very good episode. So it earns the Spyfall title. Also, it makes sense with the fact that these spies are falling. And we're going to continue the spy theme in episode 2 as we're going back to 1943, Paris to be exact. And I actually had did a little bit of research on a particular historical person they're going to be meeting, and yeah, I think that episode is going to be the Rosa of Series 12, unless a even more Rosa-esque story turns up. And what I mean by that is it's going to be a difficult watch because of historical context. It might be difficult to watch, and it might be very hard. But at the same time, they'll hopefully do a very good job of it. Rosa, they did a very good job of it, well, at least I think so. And usually they do good jobs when, certainly in the new series, where they go and meet a historical figure and it's a bit more of an emotional story. So one with Shakespeare, one with Agatha Christie, those ones, they're good episodes. But when they do the really more emotional ones, like with Vincent and the Doctor or Rosa, that's when it shines. That's when it really shines. The classic series, they just went back in time and met people, especially in the historicals. They weren't really that dramatic. They were just historicals. And when they did it afterwards, wasn't even that many after the Highlanders. I think H.G. Wells was technically the last one before the new of the classic series in Time Lash, and then they brought historical characters back in The Unquiet Dead in Series 1. Big gap between them. So I think they don't really do it that much with historical characters in the classic series. When they do, it's usually in a historical story context. However, when they got to the new series, they would occasionally go to the more emotional side to their stories, and certainly with Vincent and the Doctor and Rosa, it worked fantastically. So I'm expecting something like that with the next episode, if not at least some sort of gut punch. I'm expecting some sort of gut punch by the end of episode 2 concerning this historical figure. Well, I say historical figure, it's a British spy who gets captured by Germans during World War II. So I'm expecting some sort of gut punch, like that's when she gets captured there, or we find out that she's been killed in the concentration camps, I think it was, or the prison, whatever, but some sort of gut punch, or the fact that the Doctor or characters know that this poor woman is going to go to her death at some point. It's going to be at least some sort of gut punch. So that's what I'm expecting from episode 2. As well as the resolution to the story and a couple of answers from episode 1 to be answered. But yeah, episode 1 I thought was a very good episode. Spyfall Part 1, very good stuff. I'm leaning towards a 9 score. Could probably won't go to a 10, but it could go to a higher 9. It's the moment it's kind of a middle 9, leaning a little to the lower, but rewatches could lean higher to the higher 9. Rewatchers could also it could take low if it does go towards lower 9. It could even hit 8, but I think it will probably stay middle 9. Might overall episode depends on what episode 2 is like. If that's about the same, then it'll probably be a 9 on the dot. But if episode 2 is better, then it could maybe nudge itself towards a 10. Depends. I mean, this Bad Wolf on its own, I thought Bad Wolf on its own would be a 9 out of 10. However, Parting of the Ways was so outstanding that whole story not only went to 10 out of 10, but it was my favourite new series episode after Day of the Doctor. Even though other 10 two-parters like World Enough in Time and The Doctor Falls and any sketches on the bonus content channel. Anyway, that's just a little let you know about that. That's it from me. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the official Nicholas Payne YouTube channel. Will they do the same with the series finale? The Doctor realised, because again, I think this is gonna pay off in episode 2. Fuck. You bastard. Again, I think this is going to be paid off in episode 2. Then again, some of them get worse over more than 2 or 3 series. I mean, it depends on which ones. I know Tom Baker's last series, his performance was weaker than his first 6. I wouldn't say it's bad, but it was weaker. And Capaldi's series 9, no, his performance was better than series 8, but his character was down. Okay, bad example. No, it really is just probably just Tom Baker's final series, but then again, that was his 7th season. And William Hartnell, you can't really blame the guy, to be honest. But I think, yeah, but maybe sometimes the performances can, maybe not yet. We haven't had a performance that hasn't gone to, sometimes the performances have gone weaker over time, but usually after more than 4 years, or 4 years or more. So, Yeah, I don't think we're in that territory just yet. I think, no, in fact, we're actually getting better. And, I'm just going to cut that whole bit out. Got an itch. 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 So, yeah, I think Jodie has got the 13th Doctor. I think the character's also been well done by this point. There's sort of some hints of her predecessor flown in some places where she's kind of a little... oh, well. I think there's also some hints to her predecessor and some of her attitude in some of the Australian scenes as well. So yeah, taking some. So yeah, I think 13. I think she. So I think yeah, I like. So I think the Doctor is good, written well. So yeah, I like how the 13th Doctor is written. I know some people are probably going to be pissed off at the writing of the Doctor and just having a go, and same for the actress, just because. I know people are just going to do that. Oh boy, things haven't changed, have they? Okay. P.S. And I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to say I think they're a bit wasted, or I think they're wasted a little, but besides that, I think this is so, and other historical character, and they've done the same, and they've done would be 2 10 out of 10s. That's a 2 10 out of 10, 2-part 10 out of 10, and sketches on the retro bonus content channel, and sketches on the bonus channel content. Anyway, that's coming. Anyway, that's all. Thank you for